Okay, so I'm about to upload my video on the Nintendo Direct that I made in February, and while I was looking through it, I saw this, and it was titled ff7r Review. And back in November, I beat it. I was halfway through writing a script, and then I got lazy and never did it. So I'm just gonna not write a script because I hate writing. I'm just gonna go off what I'm feeling in the moment. So yeah, that's gonna be my review. So first, I just want to talk about gameplay. I really liked the gameplay. Thought it was probably one of the best parts of the game. Uh, like the gameplay, the visuals, the cutscenes, all are amazing. And yeah, by the way, I just want to say I am using footage from the last chapter. So spoiler warning, I guess. But yeah, honestly I don't care about that. But yeah, the gameplay was probably it is a contender for the best part of the game. It was very good. I got engaged in the battle system very easily. Like there aren't many flaws with it. Like in FF15, sometimes the camera would get distorted. In this game, you never see it. And I feel like Square really got it right this time. And I guess yeah, that makes sense. They've been working on this forever. But yeah, the gameplay was very good, and even like I feel like the motorcycle sequence is probably my favorite part of the game. Those are hella fun, and then even the mini games like the dart, like the dart mini game, that was fun. So yeah, I feel like the gameplay was very good, and it's probably one of the best parts of the game. The next thing I want to talk about is the story. Now, this game really is a story-driven game. Uh, I feel like the story was good, but it was a bit messy. I feel like it took a while for me to really understand it because I knew that they were like gonna change the story up a bit, but really think I didn't really know the direction they were going. I didn't know they were going the absurdly weird direction, but they did. And it's kinda like I kinda like it. It like honestly in when I was playing the game, I didn't understand it, but after when I spent time trying to understand what the story was, that's when I really started to appreciate it. But then again, I don't think that someone would have to like play the entire game and then sit down and think for a while and then appreciate the story. I don't want to spoil it, even though I'm playing spoilers right now. But it's honest. It was. When I first thought it was good, and now I think it's really well thought out. And if they could pretty much now, with the ending, they could do whatever they want. I feel like like the introductory sequence, but I feel like what this game's purpose was for. I feel like um Square wanted to completely change the story of Final Fantasy VII, but put that Final Fantasy VII name tag on it so it could sell well. I think, and I think they did that well. There isn't like with the ending. If the story is the exact same, like if that how it was in the original, that's actually a surprise because of the ending, and I'm not going to say the ending, even though I'm playing part of the ending, but yeah, like if they pull I'm not gonna. I feel like spoiling this is fine because everyone knows this, but if they don't kill Aerith in like part two, that's actually a surprise, and I mean, it's not really a surprise anymore. Like, I feel like anything now is a surprise, because if they kill Aerith, then that's actually insane, because you changed fate. Oh, I just spoiled, but whatever. Um, yeah, if you kill Aerith, that's a huge shocker, because you've pretty much made this entire 30-hour game setting up not killing Aerith. But if you kill no if you and then if you don't kill Aerith, that's still a kind of surprise, because in the end she does have to die. But yeah, I feel like now they can do whatever they want, and it will probably be good, and I'll probably like it, because they could pull the weirdest shit, and I can refer to this game saying the ending happened. This was meant to be. This is insane. They set this up from the start. They like I think um I think Square did a very good job of not only remaking this game, and it's not like they took that one part of Final Fantasy VII, the Midgard part, flesh it out. There is some filler, which I'll talk about later, that I don't like, but for the most part, they made it a brand new experience and made it amazing. And but and they made the story like great, because not only do you have the story from Final Fantasy VII, you set it up to not be the story of Final Fantasy VII. Everything, like, they have set it up perfectly for their vision. No one knows what and no one knows what they're actually setting up. But I could only imagine that they're gonna pull the weirdest like twists. They're gonna do some like crazy shit, and yeah. But okay, now I just want to say, and I'm gonna talk about one complaint I had about the game, which is the filler, because they changing, no, taking a 5 hour part of a 30-hour game and then remaking it, but making it 30 hours long, is going to be hard, and there's going to be filler, and this game has a lot of it, and some of it is honestly fine, like chapters like 3 were fine. I liked them, because like, you know how in the original you just blow up one reactor, you immediately go to the slums, but then you immediately go and blow up the other one. In this one, it's a bit different. You have chapters 3 and 4 that take place in between. You get blowing up both reactors, and I liked both of them. Chapter 3, because there are a lot of side quests that you can do. If you complete all of them, you have this special scene with Tifa. And then, in Chapter 4, it was the motorcycle. It was one of the 2 motorcycle sequences in the game, and I loved it. I really loved it. And then, Chapter 4, it also introduced a new character. And apparently you're supposed to have, there's supposed to be another fight with them, but they couldn't. I think it was due to time constraints or something. Honestly, in my first playthrough, I found him pretty annoying, and in my second, I honestly found him fun, and his fights were fun. The one in the motorcycle sequence was very fun, and then the other one at when you're infiltrating the Shinra base, that was also good. But I prefer the motorcycle sequence, because who doesn't? But yeah. The game does a very good job to mask the fact that a lot of it is filler, because now it looks like a well paced, like if you've never played the original, you're gonna think it's just a well paced, regular game. Like it really is its own standalone game, which I have to commend Square for. But I gotta say, since I've played the original and I know what's filler and what isn't, I really didn't. I really didn't like a few chapters. One of them being chapter 11. It's just so long for no reason. And then the same for chapter, I think it was 14, it was in the sewers, and it's like when Leslie brings you back in them. And I honestly don't know why they did it. Because, like, I know they're trying to flesh out Midgar, give everyone a backstory. I mean, they didn't have to, but they wanted to because this is an only Midgar game. But they didn't really have to give Leslie a backstory. He was literally just a bodyguard, and that was it. Like, there doesn't need to be meaning to every single character in the game. But I guess there is, and I guess we have to be in a sewer level twice. But yeah, other than that, I don't have many complaints. Like, I do wish that there were more weapons and more abilities, but it's honestly fine. Nothing, like, there's nothing that bad. It's not that bad, because at the end of the day, there were a lot of weapons and a lot of abilities to obtain. And oh wait, I just realized I did not mention chapter 17 and 16. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to the filler. Okay, and by the way, I'd just like to remind you that I have not, like, written a script, so this is very messy. I know, I'm sorry, but chapter 17 is honestly, is like, it's like the water temple from Ocarina of Time. It's like the low point of a very good game, and it was just it was like unbearable for a bit, because you have these identical hallways, and you have this huge dungeon and then you have more boss fights after you're done with the dungeon, and you have even more shit to deal with. There is no reason why this chapter is as long as it is, except to get that 30-hour mark. Like, I don't understand which person thought it was a good idea to make that chapter as long as it is. I'm fine with long games because I really like long games. They keep me entertained for a while. But that chapter has no reason. That chapter has no reason to be how it is. And, like, I'm fine with long games as long as it's like as long as it has a reason to be long. That really didn't. It just dragged on forever. I really wish it didn't. But I have to say, it had the best boss fight in the game, which is Rufus. That fight was honestly amazing. Like, the first time I played the game, it was like, it wasn't, it was like hard for me. But the second time, I knew his patterns and stuff, so it was easy. But, like, the entire concept of the boss fight is insane. I like it more than, like, I like it more than Motorball. I like it more than Roche. And even though those boss fights are my favorite segments of the game, that part, and the boss fight against Rufus was amazing. And like, it was I don't really think I could say it's a great improvement from the original, knowing the completely different battle system from the original, but I didn't like the original one that much, and I really like turn-based combat, so it's not about that. It's more about a fun boss fight, and that was a very fun boss fight. So I gotta say that, like, Square did a really good job making that one really good. Uh, wait, back to what I was saying before. I think I was talking about, wait, what was I talking about? Honestly, I forgot, but, I just want to say, this game was really good. I respect, like, almost everything they were doing. Like, obviously I had some complaints the first time I played it. I fully understood what was happening the second time I played it. But, yeah, I think that, it sets up the second game amazingly. And I can't wait for for part 2. The only problem would be that part 2 could be only on the PS5, which would be fucking terrible because I don't have a PS5 and I probably won't get a PS5. So I'm just hoping that part 2 will also be on the PS4 and I'll be able to experience that one because part 1 was phenomenal. Part 2 is probably gonna be open world. Oh, and I want to see what it's gonna be like in that one because I feel like Square Enix, I don't know, like their track record with open world games is kind of weird. You have, I mean, the only open world Square Enix game that I've played that I remember very well is Final Fantasy 15, and I mean, it it's Final Fantasy 15. It's it's a mixed bag, obviously, and I'll do a review on that one later. But yeah, I don't really know what to say because like Final Fantasy 15's open world, it was open, but there weren't many places to visit. There's like one big city, but I really like that game. I'll make a review in the future, probably. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about this game. I think like pretty much all I want to say is this game was great. I really liked it, and I can't wait for part 2. Unless it's on PS5, then I can't wait for part 2. I mean, actually, yeah, I guess. I honestly, I'm not making sense, but yeah, uh, that's gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Oh wait, actually, no, not thanks for watching. I'll say that later because I just remembered something. Um, I wanted to talk about one thing, which was Sephiroth in this game. I saw other people talk about Sephiroth and how out of place he is. That's very true. He is very out of place. I don't really know what they were going for. I mean, I do, but I didn't know what they were going for the first time I played it because I was like, what? Because if you have played the original, you would know he isn't really. He's talked about a lot, but he isn't shown until like far into the game. Not really far, but you know, it takes a bit to find him in the game. And in Remake, you see him in the first like hour. Like in the second chapter, you see him, and more than the Midgar segment of the original. Like it's crazy how and the first time I played it, he kind of felt pointless. I didn't understand why they put him in the game other than just a final boss because he has no reason to be in the game. He's not he doesn't do much, and in the mid-core segment you don't know much about Sephiroth. All you know is that he's very powerful. So to make him such a prevalent character while keeping the part of the original that he is very powerful, but that's all you know, is it's not a very good like it's not a very good idea, especially for new players that just don't know about him because like you don't know you don't like the game never clarifies his his motivations. They just show him as some evil being that is also very powerful. But what are his motivations? Like obviously I know what he's doing in this game, but at first glance there is no reason for him to be here. And even after I've really looked into the story and I've realized what they're doing, he still really doesn't have a place in this game. They could have gotten rid of him, made Motorball the final boss, and it would have been good. But after that, it's just weird. And then it ends with him like leaving, and and then them trying to find Sephiroth and kill him. But they could just not. you know? They could just end with them leaving Midgar, you know, talk a little bit, and that's it. Boom, like, boom, done. It's not that hard. I feel like they just wanted Sephiroth in because Sephiroth's such a huge character in video games, so they had to. I don't think they did it for like a reason. I feel like they did it because Sephiroth's so popular, so they put him in first, and then thought of a reason of why he's in this game, instead of actually thinking it through, putting Sephiroth in it because he plays a prevalent part in the story, and then building the game around him. Because the game is not built around him. The game does not really use him much. I mean, he shows up every every 1 or 2 chapters for a tiny bit, egging Cloud on or like doing something, but there he doesn't do much. I wish he did because I love him, but no, like there's no point really, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching for real now, unless I just thought of something else to say, but yeah. Bye, thanks for watching. I don't know if I'm gonna upload my Nintendo Direct one from February 1st or this one. Just depends on which one's shorter. I think the Nintendo Direct one is shorter. And yeah, bye.